"You smell like mothballs, old man." One teenager sneered, flicking popcorn at the elderly man hunched quietly in the corner of the stadium bleachers. Laughter erupted from the row behind him. Another boy chimed in with mock concern. "Hey, Grandpa, this isn't a retirement home. Go knit somewhere else." The old man didn't flinch much. He just sat there, eyes heavy, clutching a worn cane, a faded veteran's cap resting on his knee. His medals, dull with time, clinked softly as he adjusted his posture, still saying nothing. All around him, the game roared on, but the cruel sideshow in the stands had stolen the crowd's attention. People noticed. Some pulled out their phones, hoping for viral gold. A woman nearby whispered to her husband, "Why's he even here alone?" Kinda creepy. Laughter spread like wildfire. The jeering teens escalated, egged on by the silence. Then, as if testing a boundary, one of them knocked the old man's cap to the concrete. It fell with a hollow slap. For a moment, the crowd gasped, but still, no one moved to help. Until six figures in the front row rose. Their movements were disciplined, fluid, and sudden. They were dressed in jeans and jackets, but their posture gave them away. These men were trained, elite. One of them, broad-shouldered and battle-scarred, began climbing the bleachers. He wasn't running, but every step felt like thunder. He stopped just before the teen who had struck the hat and said in a voice that could silence chaos, "Pick that up," the boy stammered. We were just joking, man." "Do I look like I'm laughing?" the man growled, locking eyes with him. Another one of the six retrieved the cap with reverence and returned it to the old man, placing it back in his lap with both hands. Then he stepped back, saluted, and said, "Sir, thank you for your service." A hush fell over the stadium. Even the announcer went quiet. A little boy in the front row leaned toward his father and whispered, "Who are they, Daddy?" His father stood and answered without hesitation, "SEALs. Navy SEALs." The old man blinked fast, clearly overwhelmed, his lips trembling. He tried to speak, but no sound came out. The commanding SEAL turned to the crowd and spoke with calm fury, "You mock what you don't understand." This man fought in 2 wars, he saved lives, lost friends, and came home to a country that forgets. Not today. And then came the story the man himself would never tell. The SEAL continued, "This is Captain Henry Lawson. He led Black Ops missions you'll never hear about. He once carried a wounded teammate 3 miles through enemy fire. He's the reason many of us are standing here. He taught us what courage means, off the battlefield too." Lawson had retired decades ago. Quietly, humbly, he had never once asked for recognition. After losing his wife, he began coming to this stadium every Saturday. Not for the game, but to honor his late son who used to play on that very field. The same son he lost in Afghanistan. He had made a promise. He would always cheer for the game they both loved, even alone. Now the 6 SEALs stood in a line, one by one placing a hand on the old man's shoulder. There was no bravado in their gestures, only reverence. The teens, pale and shaken, stepped forward. One bent down and gathered the old medals they had mocked. He held them out with trembling hands. "I didn't know." "I'm sorry, sir," he said. The old man nodded, eyes moist. "Remember others," he said, his voice soft but firm. "That's the only thanks I need." And then someone clapped. A mother, then a father. Soon the entire stadium was on its feet, not for a home run, but for a quiet man who had been humiliated in silence. Until honor stood up beside him. Later, the town installed a plaque on that very seat. Captain Henry Lawson's seat, for the brave who watch quietly. Every game since, a single rose has rested there, a quiet tribute to the man who reminded everyone what respect really means. Because true strength doesn't shout. It doesn't mock. It stands. It remembers. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment. Where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.